Hey everybody, Edo here, and this is Dos, sort of like Uno, but Dos. And this has been out for a little while. We were at some cabin in the woods, and they had Uno, and we were playing some more Uno, and everyone plays Uno. And then I saw this at a store, like a CVS or Walmart or something, and I picked it up for my son, and he picked it up and we started playing it. And it's pretty nifty. I think they did a really nice job. It's surprisingly, like, gamey. For what is Uno, which is very like dynamic, like very like, oh, reverse, skip, take two, you know, like, and this isn't that. But I thought it was a nice take, and at least attempting to do something on top of Uno. So what's the difference between Uno and Dos? Well, Uno, if you don't know, is a game where you have a hand of cards. There's a card that gets flipped over, like a red 6, and then, my cat's over there, a red 6, and then you either have to play a 6 in a different color or another red card. And you have a hand, you're trying to empty out your hand. When you want to go down to one last card, you say Uno, and then next time around, if you put it down, you win. If somebody says Uno before you do, you have to draw some cards. The other big things in Uno are you can reverse, turn the direction of play, skip, jump over somebody, make somebody draw 2, or use a wild, or use draw 4 wild. Like, that's the Uno thing. Games can last a really long time, and they're a bunch of house rules because it's been around, but like having giant hands and sort of endless Uno games is not that crazy. So Dos is surprisingly straightforward. Like, I mean, Uno is too, but like, okay, so in Dos, everyone's gonna have a hand of cards. You're trying to empty your hand, and instead of saying Uno when you have 1, you say Dos when you have 2, but that's also because you can play more than 1 card per turn. So at the start of the game, there are 2 cards down. What? And what you're going to be doing is following the same rules as Uno, and I can play this yellow 1 on this yellow 4, or this blue 10 on the 10, or perhaps I could play, you know, red 6 on the 10, right? Very Uno. Special mechanics. Okay, 1. Number card, certain color can be any number you'd like. It's a different type of wild. And then the 2 card is a 2, but it's any suit you like, and you get to call that out. Why? The subtlety here comes out because instead of playing 1 card, you can play 2. And what you can do is add 2 cards together to make a bigger number. So to put down a 10, I could actually throw down, if I have it, I could throw down a 6 and a 4. And I'd play 2 cards out of my hand. And that would be 10. It's 10 total. And so if now there's a 6 down, the next person goes, they could throw down this 4 and a 2. So, you know, your optimal play is you want to be playing 2 cards per turn. Obviously, if there's a 1 down there, you can't do that. There are no skips, no draw 2s, no reverses. All of that's out. It's like super plotting. You're just like, go, go, go. The amount of drawing that people have to do because of the way you can add up cards and because of the 2 piles is pretty limited. I think in the first couple of games, no one was drawing anything, and then we did start doing it a few times, but it was never like Uno. It was never just like, you know, like it was like pretty straightforward and much shorter than an Uno game. So it like doesn't have the surprise and delight of Uno. There isn't as much like, haha, Uno, blah, blah, blah. Like, it doesn't have that combo feel. But it makes up for that with a little bit more like, I feel smart. I'm managing my hand, and I put that there. That higher number, you didn't change it. Now I put my 4 and my 4 down on that 8 or whatever. And it works. I liked it. You know, I think it's a compliment to Uno. I suspect some people will sort of just like Uno more. You know, but again, this is the kind of game where I was able to just give it to my kid. He was excited to have it. Learned how to play. Taught his brother. Brought it to school. You know, like very fit in your pocket, easy to understand, easy to play. So I thought it was a nice job. Just a little different. I really would have guessed it would have been more of the, like, well, what's really interesting to me is rather than doubling down on the sort of mega moves, right? Like reversey, skip, draw 2, now swap hands, flip a card over. Like, rather than going the crazy route, which is what I would have assumed probably, if I mean, I don't know, maybe I wouldn't have. They went this other route, which was more of this adding of numbers, plotting a little slower, which is interesting. And I don't know like how successful this is, other than you can find it like at any store anywhere. So like in a success scale, it's huge, but like compared to what they wanted, I don't know. Anyway, dose. Hey everybody, Edo here, and thanks for watching Gaming with Edo. Reviews over here on this playlist, League and Insider videos over here on this one. Subscribe, share, all that good stuff. But most importantly, play some great games. Thanks.